1188 Outside the Box, a world where curiosity reigns and conversations know no bounds. I am your host, T. Liz, and today's guest is Whitney Tyler of the Lash and Brow Loft in Johns Creek, Atlanta. Join us as we delve deep into discussions about the ebbs and flows of life, as well as faith, travel, business, and so much more. Let's jump right in. Welcome, Whitney, to 1188 Outside the Box. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I wouldn't have it any other way. I've known you for a very long time.
Yes.
So you're going to tell us a little about yourself?
Yes. Who am I? Who is Whitney? Well, I am an entrepreneur. I own a lash and brow studio, and that's how you and our paths crossed. That was a long time ago. 2013 is when we met.
12 years ago.
You were my very first client. I don't know if I tell you that all the time.
Yeah,
but
well, I
you
know.
my very first
and I'm proud
client.
I be telling people, yeah, I was her first client.
When I got like a last job. Yes. So we still rocking together. So yes, God loves me. I love God, and I'm just trying to figure out life and just take the ebbs and flow of life with dignity and grace, obedience, and just trying to figure it out because it can be difficult at times.
It can. And I think that it's a one common denominator that we all have, whether we realize it or not, because some people ain't realizing they're trying to figure some shit out. But all of us are here just trying to learn life, understand our experiences, and take it as it comes and be the best we can doing it.
It's short, it's fast. Life is short and fast, and you want to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, you want to enjoy it first.
Exactly.
Through everything, because we know stuff is going to happen. But I think the one thing, I was talking to somebody the other day, the one thing that we all desire is love, and to feel safe, right?
Exactly.
And in love, we are happy and all these other beautiful things. So, because that's the needs of a child, and then we grow up and our needs, they expand beyond what is necessary. But there's that.
I'm in that area of my life where things are. I feel like I'm being set up for the come up.
Right.
A lot of things had to happen. A lot of things had to be taken away. A lot of things had to be put into place, and the things that you go through are never just surface. They're always layers. Deeper meanings and different layers for what's going on. So I'm really trying to be aware of what is going on and not just lay into what is going on, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I'm trying to be more aware, and especially at this time, because this season I don't want to forget.
I know that's right.
I don't want to forget.
I think it's designed for you not to forget.
Yes, I don't want to forget. I don't want to do it again.
Right.
But I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget because there's so many gems was dropped. So many things were revealed to myself, about myself, about other people.
That's right.
It's been a journey, but I'm excited to talk about it because I'm a big believer in the things that happen for you are not for you,
right?
At
not
all.
Just for you.
Yes,
either not for you or not just for you.
Exactly. So I am excited to get through this and share and
have a testimony.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can tell you there are sometimes when we're going through it, it is damaging, right? But then it's like a phoenix, right? We rise and from the ashes and we are made new, and we have different understandings and outlooks and point of views on life and certain things. And that way that opens up doors for us to be able to help others. It always leads to glorifying God through what he's done through us for some other people. Right?
Yes, that's the purpose of going through things.
So what has been a defining moment in your life that has shaped who you are today?
So I would say the passing of my mom. My mom passed in 2020. Found out she was sick at the end of 2019. So we are going through the pandemic and dealing with the hospitals, which was a nightmare because they didn't even know what the hell they were doing with the COVID and everything. So going through chemo and radiation and stuff. And at the same thing, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my business. Like,
it was a lot.
It was a lot going on. So, but I looked, and the reason why that was a defining moment, because it revealed to me all the work that was done prior, years and years before, that led me to that moment. The work that I did on myself, the experiences that I had with people that changed my view of things to help me through that period of time.
Right.
Everything after that, the past 5 years have been a very, very, very transformative.
Right. Say if that question was posed to me, it was definitely when my mom passed away. I think that, and also, so when I gave birth to Noble, right, that of course changed me, my role. It changed it just from being me to being a mother, having to mold him. But that also brought my mom into it, where I realized that she was a woman first. She was a woman who had some children. So being a woman figuring out life, our emotions, and just everything that is involved with that. And then you have a person that you're responsible for. Definitely a life-changing moment for me, that it changes, it continues to change as he changes, as he grows, as his stages in life evolve. I have to evolve with him.
Yes.
So that's like life. It's a defining moment and an ongoing blessing, right? Because he's the epitome of unconditional love. Just is that. And then like Luke, I had him in 2015 and I lost my mom in 2016. So it was like, oh my gosh, she's not going to be able to know him. He won't know her. And even she said that to me when she was transitioning out, is that she just worries about him and she's not even going to get to see him grow. And that was very sad for me. And then it was just went by really fast. It started, she had been sick for years. She had been sick with her on dialysis. Her kidneys failed in 2001.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she had was on dialysis for, I think they said, because they like they did some celebration because people don't generally live that long on dialysis.
That was a long time.
So I say my mom, she lived as long as she wanted to live, and she died when she was just ready, because she had breast cancer, double breast cancer, high blood pressure. She's had anything you can think of. She had it.
Wow. And
so at the end, they wanted to amputate her toe, and then it moved to her foot, and she's just like, look, God didn't put me here for them to just chop me up.
It
was over with. And to me, that was so brave to know if you didn't do a thing that you were going to die and soon. So I had to respect her for that, and I had to because she coded and everything a few times, and the last time she coded, she came back and she told me she came back for me.
Wow.
And so I had to let her know that it was okay.
Yes.
We got her home and everything, and so that just the autopilot of it all for me was
like you just know what to do.
I didn't know I had that strength at the time.
Exactly.
I got a 1-year-old who he trying to walk and do all types of stuff, and then I have my mom and dying not out the blue, but still out the blue and very fast. But it was autopilot, and I just had to let go and stop being selfish, wanting her here, not having a full life, just so I can still have my mama.
You can still have her, exactly.
So that definitely was two very different, actually. Having to bring a child into the world and commit to loving him for a lifetime, and then loving my mom enough to let her go.
Did you realize it had to be that way because, you were not left empty, completely empty.
Oh, no, I never saw it like that.
It had to happen in that order,
right?
Because who's to say what mindset you would have been if you hadn't known that love of Nova?
Yeah.
My mom was very independent, like a very independent woman, and just instantly, like at the snap of your fingers, now she got to depend on somebody,
right?
And so we battled like the first couple of months of COVID. That's what we was battling with each other, just arguing back and forth, and I felt bad because I'm like, I don't want to be arguing with my mama like this and everything. And it wasn't until it clicked, like, Whitney, just as hard as it is for you to all of a sudden have to take care of someone, it's just as hard for her to have somebody take care of her. And as soon as I let that, like, that came to my realization, and I let that go,
change your perspective.
It changed the whole perspective. She became more softer. I became more understanding, and I became more not, because the roles are reversed. We all know that. Exactly.
You gave and she gave.
Exactly. And we understood each other more in that moment. And so my own strength in that time, because I would have been in a crazy house. I know I would have.
I know that I would have. Even during that time, I thanked God for me being able to experience it that way.
I say, this is what I say. I said, God shut down the world for me so I could take care of my mother.
God, look at that.
Because if it was any other year, how would I have done all that, girl?
Yeah, to be able to maintain
my business.
Because even though you have your own business and you're able to set your own schedule, and that's good because you have you got some loyal clients. We're gonna get that in a minute. We're gonna talk about the Lash and Brow Loft.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about how I got to be that, because that's not where you started at. Did we not talk about that now? We love you, Mama.
We do. We love you, Mama. We do. And we know you watching over us. Watching over us.
But I remember the first time I walked into, I think I was getting my brows done by Candy. And then you had, because I always had lashes. And then.
Yes.
But anyway, so I walked in there.
Still got them.
Right. Hello. And then I walked in there and you were doing it. I said, okay, let me give it a try. And I did. She's the most creative person I know, y'all. I can't stand her.
She can't
You gonna ask her who did it, she gonna say me. She putting plaid on the wall with paint and
she
wood.
Can't stand me. She like, I feel like it's because I've lived many lives. They've been saying since I was a baby, like she's been here before. That's the only thing I can bring, how I know how to do so many things. But smart enough to know just because I know how to do a lot of things don't mean everything needs to be a business.
Right, exactly.
So I went to Howard, got a civil engineering degree. I'm originally from Detroit, moved to Georgia for a job, and was doing engineering for about 8 years. And went to go get my lashes done. At the end of 2013, went to go get my lashes done, and the lady was just like, I really think you would be good at this, and because you have a technical mind and everything. And I was like, and you know her, Dava.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's So I was that Dava had a lash special, and I looked it up, and so she also had a lash class, and I said she did my lashes. I really liked them, and I said okay, and I said God, I don't have the money for the class, so make it happen, make it happen. Took the lash class and was awful. I was awful. I was not good.
It's hard to believe.
Girl, you should have heard the nightmare I had that first night. Oh my God, I woke up crying. I went to my mama's room. I was like, Mama, I don't think I can do this. And she said, you got to practice. And I did. I went to church the next day. It's like, I went to IKEA first, got me a lamp, ordered me a massage bed, got me a little cart. And I went to church and I said, who's going to let me practice on them? And all my choir members was like, me.
Oh, that's
so they'd
nice.
take turns coming to the house and I just practice on them. And they were very patient with me. My mom was very patient. She was my model at the class. And so she was very patient with me. And everybody's patient with me. In June of 2014 is when I started working at Candy Raw Bar. And that's where I met you. And I talked to my engineering job and I say, I need to stay full time, but I need to go to the least amount of full time hours.
Right.
And he said, okay. And that's what happened. And then like a month I was doing that and God said, but I told you to quit engineering. And I said, well, I said,
well, that's what the Lord said.
Okay.
So
I had that resignation letter written for about 3 months. June, July, August. Yep. 3 months. I had that resignation. I was terrified. Like, you want me to quit my what? You want me to quit
my sure money?
My sure money? How much was I making back then? Like $80,000 a year? Like, you want me to quit that? And I did. And I turned it in. Right? I turned it in. I turned it in and I started working at the Brow Bar for full time. Full time. And
how'd that feel?
It was like, soon as I handed him that resignation letter, it was a weight lifting immediately. I was turning 30. I was like, my friends call themselves having some intervention.
It was serious.
Yeah,
huh?
sometimes you
having
having a midlife crisis. What? You quitting your engineering job? Because my friends, they lawyers and you know, high manager jobs at federal level jobs, and they really called on my phone trying to have an intervention. Like, it's not that serious.
Some people
I'm always gonna have that degree.
You always gonna have them jobs on engineering at that. It's always gonna be there. Yeah, I always root for somebody to do your own thing because them jobs are gonna be there. And listen, if you're working at the job and something happened to you,
they gonna have that job posted before you got you in the ground. Okay? Seriously. No. But you know what? The funny part is, I've been in engineering my entire life. I thought there was nothing else for me. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Entrepreneurship was never on my plate ever.
Right.
But engineering, my role that I played at my engineering job, I was a traffic engineer. So I was always in the field by myself. I knew immediately what the purpose was. That's how God set that up. After I left engineering, I knew immediately what the purpose of this was. I needed to be more around people. I needed to be around people. And And I was comfortable at Kennedy. I was comfortable. And then they started acting crazy.
You had to do.
I had to leave
because if they didn't start acting crazy,
I would have been there.
You wouldn't have left, and then you wouldn't have had your beautiful shop that you did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I done been.
You were there 5 years with her.
The shop 6.
Yeah. See.
Because we had a couple of stops in between. Yeah. The first loft. And then the shop.
Right.
With 3 stops. Did you come? Were you there when I was at the hair salon for like 2 seconds in this little bitty closet?
I got my appointment in during that time.
Because I wasn't there long.
Right.
It was a closet.
You was like, nah, this ain't it.
It was a closet. And then, you know, when I moved all the way out to Johns Creek from the city, people just thought I was insane too. And I was like, no. It's insane you sitting in it. Exactly. And you insane staying in the city where everybody, their mama and their grandmama got on the lash business because everybody was like, oh, this lucrative business. Let me hop in.
And that's why your friends called you too, because they was like, she can hop on this train. She leaving her in good job to go do some lashes.
I said, yeah, now they understand. But I don't think it clicked with them. It clicked with some of them, but some of them, it didn't click till that grand opening of the shop.
which I was so proud of.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Because it's beautiful. It was
yes,
so beautiful.
I could just feel
and
your
you
energy.
Yeah.
You were just looking around, and you were just so
Being
quiet. You were just going in all the rooms and was just looking at stuff.
Like, oh my gosh.
It was like, yes.
And then the fact that you were supposed to have a partner and he backed out, but it was perfect. When you walk into your purpose, things are almost effortless. Yes. It's almost like I call it autopilot.
Yes.
I'm doing this, and it seems so much like an out of body experience, because the flesh really want to do something else, or wanted to do a lot faster, quicker, or whatever it is.
And that's always a fight.
It's a fight.
So and when things is just flowing,
that's how it's supposed to be.
Like, wait a minute.
Because if you fighting and you trying to make things be how you want it to be, clearly that's not what it's supposed to be. No. So when you just let go and just go literally with the flow, just like water.
Everything just about opening that shop was
because water could go anywhere.
Anywhere.
Water flows anywhere.
Yes.
So
it does. Yeah. It fills voids. It fills spaces.
And it shapes it.
It can make space. Exactly. And that's what it was. Everything from that. Everything from that. And so I was in there for 6 years, and just last year I gave up the space because financially it just wasn't a sound decision anymore. And also, again, when we were going through that process, God said, what made you think that this was the best it was going to get? Because you couldn't tell me nothing about that shop. You could tell me I wasn't.
Yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing about
the shop. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had a shop. You know, it was mine. It was beautiful. The space was inviting. I met so many amazing people, and I just thought that was the epitome of.
Then you were able to help other business owners.
Entrepreneurship.
Right, you were able to help other business owners because they
rented out space. Exactly. And so when I was giving up this space, I just thought it was the end. And God was like, no. That's going to be the opposite.
Right.
Like, who told you? that was it.
Yes.
Like, that was it. Like, that was going to be it. You have the shop, and there's nothing else left for your entrepreneurship journey. That's what it's going to be. It was a good run. Like, no.
Just like you said, it becomes uncomfortable when it's time for us to move on. It's time, because a lot of times
sometimes he has to like force you.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes he makes you make the decision. Sometimes it's forced upon you. So
to make the decision.
Yes.
I think the purpose is for us to make the decision, right?
Yes.
But sometimes it's got to be a little bit more shook up than it would have had to be had you just flowed with it.
Because some people think it's just like God's voice just comes like, God, this is God. Do this, and we're like, yes, Lord, yes. Like, no, we look at him crazy. Like, what was the point of all this if you're just gonna take it away? But now we know you gotta make room.
And we're creatures of habit too.
Yes, you gotta make room.
Just let stuff go.
You do. You got, and that's when, as soon as he said that, I said, my time here is up. It's time for somebody else. It's somebody else's space now. And as soon as I moved back to a salon suite, and I met someone who loves me. I met a very, very good friend. And we say that all the time, that we will never have met.
Right.
We would never have crossed paths if I wasn't obedient to giving up that shop. If God wouldn't have dried up them finances real quick, and exiting that shop was a blessing. How I exited the shop was a blessing. And so then you know that even though we in the valley, it's still part of God's plan, and He still uses it, Absolutely. And He still uses it. So I thank God that through all this journey, that my business made it through the pandemic, and I said, when it made it through the pandemic, I can make it through anything. I'm glad during this journey I have not given up on my business, because financially things have just been hard. Like for many business owners out here, it's just been hard. And I know that my business is not just my business, it's my purpose.
Right.
And you can't give up on your purpose.
Because I can imagine the conversations that you have while your clients are laying there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah.
We're talking about everything.
Or the good vibe of the music that be going on.
Or my voice that put y'all to sleep.
Yeah,
do you think my voice? That's why I was worried about coming up on here to share, because I feel like my voice put people to sleep.
Soothing.
I do. Yeah. So yes, or y'all fall asleep very quickly, which is, some people apologize. People's first notion is to apologize. Like, oh, I'm so sorry I fell asleep. I don't take offense to it at all. It means that you trust me.
Yes.
If you ever got eyelash extensions, it's a very trusting service.
It is.
Your eyes are closed.
Because I still be like,
I am touching you. Exactly. Yeah. So for
your eyes.
Yes.
For one.
Yes.
You messed that up, you can't see. You can't even get home no more.
So exactly. So for someone to fall asleep, I find it great. I take great pride in that. That's the ultimate compliment you can get.
No, I understand that.
You can give me.
Yeah.
That's better than writing a review for me. That just shows me that what I'm doing is honoring God, and what I'm doing is creating a space, not just giving a service.
Safe space,
giving a safe space for people to rest, talk, cry, laugh, because all of it goes down at the Lash and Brow Loft.
I done did all that laying in the thing. Laying on the chair, done all of it. Slept,
all
cried, talked, laughed, everything.
All of it.
It's a form of self-care.
It is. It is. And just as comfortable as comfortable as y'all are, I'm just as comfortable. Because it wasn't like that. I'm sure with you, I was shaking like a leaf, like first time doing it. I'm sure I was because those first couple of months, I was just so nervous.
Right. I hope I don't fuck this up.
Yes. I don't fuck nobody eyelashes up.
I want to be able to see.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But I believe in my business. Mm-hmm. I've seen businesses like mine come and go. Mm-hmm. But one thing I have built is a loyal clientele. Mm-hmm. And for you to be my first client, when at that point I really didn't know what I was doing. Right. But y'all loved it. Y'all thought it was beautiful. Yeah, I look back at my work.
Like, oh, okay.
I look back at my work. I was like, oh my God, y'all trusted me. But no, seriously, when you look back at it, it is. It's the truth.
That says a lot about you too, though.
What
that you wasn't gonna give up.
No.
Yeah, you were gonna get.
That's the one thing I hate.
You was gonna do good.
I hate quitting. I'm gonna see this,
especially creative
especially when I spend some money. Especially when I spend some money.
Right.
Like that class was $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh no, especially when I spend some money.
Right.
I'm not gonna quit.
This is it now. My expert level.
And you'll go get her too. It's just we just do it in our.
Because we did.
Yeah.
I had my own entrepreneur, but I've always. Yes. But I have the entrepreneur spirit.
Yes, you do.
I was working against just my will, doing what folks do when I guess they're not ready or don't have the path that they're supposed to take yet.
Yes.
I think I've off and on throughout my life I've had entrepreneur experiences. Like I was doing purses, like just
everything,
every little different thing until I found my niche, and that was virtual assisting, mm-hmm. which was helping people start businesses, helping people. I helped folks. My slogan was, I have the time when you don't. I was virtual assisting since 2013 before it even became a thing.
Yes,
and mm-hmm. then property management came into play, and then real estate came into play, investing, and so all those things. And my freedom of time is everything. Freedom of time is worth any amount of money that any job that can. Freedom of time, or if you're sitting in your purpose, right? Because I guess success for me has changed over time, because now I'm a teacher. Right. Yeah. And so I went from kicking and screaming, leaving freedom. Mm-hmm. And thinking back, I think I didn't steward well over the time that I had. Yeah. And steward well over the finances that I had. Mm-hmm. And I had to go through what I went through, and then went back to school and everything. But now, even though I enjoy going to them children I don't like to call it work.
Yeah.
I call it anything but work.
It's still your purpose.
You're
still helping people.
I am, and I love what I do. Mm-hmm. Go get her in my own right. But success has definitely changed for me over time.
Yes.
I mean, for me, success right now is just being happy, living in gratitude. Gratitude about just mm-hmm. everything. And it sounding, for listening to you and your story, it seems as though that has changed for you as well. Would you say?
Exactly. Just like when I handed my resignation letter, when I handed over them keys, another weight was lifted. Another weight was lifted because, and then the work that I have been doing in myself mm-hmm. didn't allow me to be embarrassed. Mm-hmm. I had a little embarrassed moment, like, oh my God, what are people going to think? So what would they think? My business is still alive.
So they're going to think something anyway.
Exactly.
Whether you thriving or
exactly. So that's why, because when I had the shop, people say, well, how could she afford mm-hmm. this by herself? She don't have nobody in, for the first couple of years. So the embarrassment thing was like a thought, and then it went away. Right. And that was the work that I developed within myself, mm-hmm. to be confident within myself, mm-hmm. to know that this is my journey, and who cares what other people think about my decisions and what's going to happen, and what they see for my vision and my purpose. Right.
And the first is who cares, right? And secondly, a lot of times people ain't thinking about us like we think they think about us. Because in our lives, we're the main character. Everybody, we're the main character. We're the star of every room we walk in, mm-hmm. scene that we are in. Mm-hmm. But half the time, people ain't studying us because they're too busy trying to figure the fuck life out too.
Yes, exactly.
Like seriously. Mm-hmm. And so there's that.
So that's why I said, okay, what's next?
Right.
What's next on this journey? So I've been in the shop for a year, and the salon suite for a year, and I've met some amazing people. Again, had to deal with some not so good things, but mm-hmm. overall, I have erased what I feel like where my life should go, and what it should look like, and how I should feel. Because mm-hmm. never would I thought that I would be living this life where I can, wake up at 9:00 and go to Pilates and
right,
go and run my errands in the middle of the day mm-hmm. and everything, and just chill out, mm-hmm. just really chill out in the midst of the storm. Because like I said, financially, business has been very challenging.
That peace beyond understanding.
But that piece of God telling me, like, just chill out. No, I don't want you to run back to engineering. No, I don't want you to run and go get another job. No, yes, you're going to look crazy to a lot of people, but that's so what spirit was already already ingrained in me. So I said, who cares what people think? So what? It's thank you. Sometimes I just don't know what to say.
Right.
And I just say thank you. I thank him for everything. I thank him for getting me. These roads is crazy. These people is crazy.
Right.
Thank you for giving me a place to lay my head. Thank you for the people in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I probably say thank you 1,000,000 times a day.
Thank you is, I think, all he needs to hear sometimes.
That's all.
You're an inspiration to many, I'm sure, that aren't telling you that you're an inspiration to them. They might have been looking at you side. Even some of them homegirls who called you to my bitch, what are you doing? You leaving what to go do what?
Exactly.
And here you are, what, 13 years later or something like that?
I took 12 years later.
Well, it looks like you made a good decision to me.
I'm on here living on a wing in a prayer, literally every day,
Lord.
And I just go on by my business.
Yes, nobody would ever know.
I'm in the fire, but I'm not gonna smell like smoke.
I know that's right.
People don't know nothing. People don't know a thing.
They don't need to know anything. My thing is, when you start to tell people stuff, they get their own thoughts about it.
Listen,
they get to start thinking either they go send that just the energy you don't want coming your way.
Yep.
Whatever it may be.
Yep.
And so everybody not meant to know what's going on with you.
No, it's not.
You tell the select few who you know will feed you what you need to be fed.
And like I said, the people that I was obedient in telling, majority of us, it brought us closer. For a select few, things needed to be revealed. Yeah. They needed to be outed.
Yeah.
I'm unstoppable. I am. Right. And I'm very excited to see what this next decade has for me. I am finally at that point in my life where, like I said earlier, I don't have wishes. You have wishes, but I don't have they're not set in stone.
Right.
But when we make plans for ourselves, we are doing so with only what we experienced, what we saw, what we've seen in other people. Right. And that's not even a percent.
Right.
Of the possibilities of what can happen out there.
Man, let me tell you.
It's not even
at all.
It's not even. It's nothing.
Right.
Of the possibilities that it could be.
Because the possibilities are limitless.
Yeah.
Everyone's
like, God surprise you. Stop trying to figure everything out and make your life to the T and everything, because that sets you up for disappointment too.
I had come across a saying the other day that says, "God, show me how good it can be." That's
I say that.
Wish. Yeah, that's my wish. Show me how good.
I say that
because when He surprises us, most times we be good. Better than what we thought we would have been when we wanted what we wanted.
The major stuff in my life has always been a surprise. Like this journey, this career change, that was a surprise.
Right. To everybody.
Yes, to everybody. Because my family, my family is very like education driven and everything. And
so how was Detroit growing up in Detroit?
It
Detroit
was
girl. You was fighting all the time, girl.
Not all the time.
But no.
My growing up in Detroit wasn't rough for me. It wasn't like everybody think is everybody shooting it. It wasn't like that for me. Detroit was fun. I love just black, like just blackity black,
right.
Black people, and it was a community. We had everybody just. It was just a community. Like I feel like we can get back to.
We need to get
back to. Yes, It was just community. I enjoyed being in Detroit. I went to Howard, went to DC, and I just never went back.
How did you like Howard?
I enjoyed Howard immensely. I hated DC. I was ready to go.
Why? Probably because it'd be getting cold.
Listen,
how they gonna do that?
That's the one reason I want to move back to Detroit. I'm good on that.
Them little 2-3 days we had here in snow was good enough for me.
Listen,
for the next couple of years.
Exactly. My blood has changed. We're mammals. We adapt to our surroundings. Everybody's like, "You cold? You grew up in Detroit?" Yes, my blood changes. Like we adapt.
Right.
But Detroit was a good time, and Detroit still is a good time.
I'm sure. I've never been. Though.
We gotta go then. We gotta go, especially in the summertime.
Yeah, because I ain't going in the winter.
No, I'm not going in the winter either. I like it here. I love it. I love Georgia.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like the balance.
Yeah.
Of like the city life versus like the suburb life. Black people and stuff. It was just like I felt home. I was really worried about moving to the South though.
Why is that? Because of the white people?
Yes.
Yeah.
I grew up in the north. Like I didn't experience many white people.
Being
then
racist.
we never really experienced that. I never really experienced that. So I was really, really worried.
Right.
Really
but now
concerned.
we're all spread out. And my thing is, like you mentioned earlier about we need to get back to the Black community. We need to get back to supporting our own. And because, a lot of times, you see other cultures and races that band together and boycott this or that, and they would have great success from it, right? But whenever you ask us to do a thing, it's always, well, I don't know why I want to do that. That ain't gonna help nothing. This is, well, maybe if you try, even if it ain't gonna help shit, how about it just shows unity?
It worked in the past.
It does work though. But if your point is that ain't gonna help nothing, well, what if it just helps to connect us?
Exactly.
Because we're so disconnected.
So
on so many different levels, we feel like if we've made a certain amount of money or if we have a certain type of friends that we're no longer amongst the low lives. But baby, they see us all the same. And we're all big, beautiful, bold people.
Yes, we
and
are.
If they didn't know that we would be
they won't
something
be
serious if we band together, if their main purpose wasn't to separate us, then what? Then there would be there would be black niggas everywhere.
Yes. We are threats to them. That is the only reason why they fought us and continue to fight our progression for so long, because they already know what we're capable of.
Exactly.
We have done it in the past.
Right.
They didn't want us in their stuff. Okay, we went to go make our own community. We had our own banks, own grocery stores, own stores, and we kept our money in the community and everything. When they didn't want us there, then they had a problem with that. We were succeeding too much. We was getting too much. We were gaining too much.
So now let's desegregate and let them think that they are the ones that got us to desegregate. But we're going to desegregate this thing, because these motherfuckers, they getting too much. They getting too smart. They reading books and shit. Now they making money. They're creating their own.
I knew that was going to happen with the businesses after COVID. I knew it. I was like, they're going to change the rules on how you do business credit, starting a business. They was going to change because too many of us were getting businesses and getting successful and being successful at it.
Right. Because we're very educated individuals. Even those of us who aren't college educated.
Right.
They still are very educated folks, and things come naturally to them. There's a natural inclination to
is real.
Make money.
Yeah, street smarts is real, and life experiences
be entrepreneurs. Real. Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah. I lived. I don't need, because I would go and stop because I was doing well. I had my own business that I learned from other professionals, colleagues, and so on and so forth, mentors and stuff that taught me how to build business, how to be creative within that business, how to get customers, marketing, those things within that realm. And so I didn't need the education. Start a business and be savvy at that. You don't necessarily need to go spend $200,000-$300,000.
Everything from when my business, I engineer background, I didn't know nothing about running no business.
Right.
I had to look all that stuff up, but that education of going to college and having to research and do research papers helped me know, like, okay, I need to research this. I need to do this. I need to figure out this, and I figured it out.
But right now, everybody is a researcher. So that's the weird thing about social media is that it has turned everyone into an FBI agent. You ain't even know you was an FBI agent, goddamn it. Now you, what they say their name is? Oh, let me see.
Let me see.
All of a sudden you want to see about
You pull up everything.
Man, listen, everybody is so not even that, even as young as 3-4 years old. Look it up. Like if you
ask Alexa, yes.
Or if they ask you and you say you don't know,
they're gonna look it up.
They're gonna tell you to look it up.
You said a little girl that asked her mama to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Then mama said Chuck E. Cheese closed.
Oh,
little girl got on the phone. It said, Alexa, Chuck E. Cheese open. It says Chuck E. She asked Alexa, was Chuck E. Cheese open? And Alexa says yes, and she says, Mommy, it's open.
I think you were mistaken. I ain't gonna say you were lying or nothing.
Exactly. But it's open, so let's go.
Right.
Yes. Everything is at our fingertips. But I feel like that's put this generation in a disadvantage.
Of course. I think that it is beneficial to have information at your fingertips.
Yes.
To be able to make money online. But I think it's taken away from, of course, the social skills. That you can
how
only
are children with their social skills.
Well, they're good because they're at school.
Okay.
I think right now, especially with that age group, first grade.
Okay, so right, these are.
But then as they grow up, that kind of what I'm seeing, right? That kind of is secondary because now they're into their phones. They have all the TikToks and whatever else that they may have, and that's how they communicate. So they're missing with that social cues, because if you don't keep using something, you lose it, right?
Yes.
And so the social cues of picking up on body language, or when somebody's telling you something just with their bodies, and just being able to just socialize, even when they're out and about together, they're not socializing with the people that they're with, and we do that We do that all the time.
Yes.
Where I have to make a conscious effort to put my phone down when I'm out and around and amongst people because like I'm here.
Yes.
Let me be present unless I'm taking pictures. I've always been the photographer type. Even in middle school, I had the camera.
The camera, yes.
Yes. Okay, yes. So, and I'm the one
camera.
who got pictures of all of that because I believe in capturing moments. And I think I got it from my mama and daddy too, because they got a whole bunch of pictures too. Yeah, girl. Got a whole tub of pictures in there, like big old one of them big plastic tubs.
Nothing but pictures.
But yeah, social media, it's a double-edged sword.
Yes.
But more so, I think it's more of a detriment than an aid.
Yes. At this point, yes, it is.
Especially when they got AIs, especially when they have, because now children are not going to want to do their own work. They're not going to want to learn how to spell and read and write. They're going to talk to their phones for to do everything.
Yes,
which that is the problem for me. You talk about you can't even have your own opinion without them trying to quote unquote cancel you. Nigga, I just don't believe what you believe. And it's okay. Like, I'm okay with what you believe. And that's fine. I don't hate you for it. But I have a difference of opinion. Can we talk about it?
And that's okay.
Because if the whole world thought the same, boy, we'd be a boring society. But that's what they're trying to do, is make everybody think and believe in the same bullshit. Really,
and it's not.
No,
that's not ever how the world works.
It's not supposed to. That's why we're all different.
Yes.
That's why we are all different and have different points. And we can look at the same picture, same movie, read the same book,
and get
be in the same conversation, be talking to each other, and still have a different point of view about what we talked about, what we saw, what we read, what we watching, or who that is, or just whatever. And that's the beauty of it to me, because I love a good debate.
Yes,
and not a disrespectful debate, because I'm going to just say, I'm going to be passionate. I could be wrong as fuck.
But you're going to be passionate about it.
About that wrong. Sure.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with you. I am with you on that. But now you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. They don't mean to make no sense. Y'all islanders, y'all be sucky out.
So through all of that, if you could describe yourself, who are sitting right here today, in 3 words, what would that be?
Confidence.
Expound on them too when you say why.
Confident, meaning that I am confident to know that the decisions that I am making for my life are rooted in God. Confident to know when I have to stand up for myself, when boundaries need to be set. And confident to know that it ain't gonna rain all the time.
Nope.
Life is full of ups and downs, full of them. But God did promise us that it will all be used for our good. It will all be used for His promise. I am say strong. That I am strong. I'm stronger than I ever thought that I would be or have to be. But I'm grateful for the things that have happened in my life to make me strong, because I'm strong in my body and I'm also strong in my mind.
Right.
I'm also strong in my heart. There were times where I wished my heart away. I was like, I wish I wasn't this soft, because I'm a crybaby. Like, I'll cry at the drop of a hat. And it's just my go-to emotion. Just cry. Too. I just cry when I'm happy, sad, mad, everything. So, but the sad part of it is when I'm, longing for something or someone or whatever, and I'm just over there going through, and they probably skipping down the street with a care in the way I used to wish that heart away.
Right.
But now I know that no. Having a hard heart
don't get you nowhere.
Nowhere. So I'm confident. I'm strong, and I'm courageous. I have experienced some things that other people have experienced the same things, and they quit.
Right.
They gave up, or they changed direction when times got hard. And so I'm grateful that I am courageous to keep going, to keep moving forward, despite whatever happens. Always been like a very strong, a big personality. And so when I came across people who were threatened by that,
which is
I would dim my light,
Well,
because you just don't know, And so now I'm at the age where it's like I'm not about to be uncomfortable for your sake.
You turn your light up, or you just remain. How about we all just be who we are?
Exactly.
And that's okay, because not everybody is meant to have a big, outstanding personality. Not everyone is meant to be a wallflower. Like, we are all who we are all,
and they all have their advantages, and their like everything has its pros and its cons. Everything does. But at the end of the day, you are who you are for a reason. You are designed to be that way for the experiences that you are going to have and for the people that you're going to meet. I am in that mindset to know, like, to be okay when I do have a lot and be okay when I don't.
Yeah, and I think that's how I just, because I know our journeys have been similar over the past few years.
Yes.
I think you're in the midst of what I was in.
Yes.
So like you're like tail end.
Yeah.
And so, I think with that, I was trying to talk. Hell, I was saying
that we were on the same path.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know why I was saying that though.
but we are. Listen. This is what happens.
But no,
listen. This is what happens
when conversations flow. But yeah,
yes.
but we definitely have been on the same.
No, I feel that way too.
Yeah, because I've been able to talk to you in a way that I think you understand is sincere because it's coming from the truth. It's coming from what I literally I'm coming out of.
What you experienced, exactly.
Yeah.
Even as far back as when your mom had passed, I just felt so bad. I was like, oh my God.
I was on the table crying.
Yes.
I said, I'm sorry. She said, that's all right.
When mama was playing, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But now I know, because when that song come on, I hurry up and get up and turn. I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that right now.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. And so that's why I just, tell the people, like, not even with mothers, just whoever you love, like enjoy the time, cherish the time,
and
tell them,
and make sure that they feel and know you love them. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I love them. They know I love them, but do they?
But do they? Exactly. How do they really feel? Like, do self-checks, like do check-ins with your people and everything. Because, like you said, communication is everything with any type of relationship. Yeah. And we are changing. We are always evolving. Always. Especially for those long-term relationships and friendships.
Yeah,
we've seen each other over in so many different of life.
Yeah,
exactly.
different in our different roles of who we've been, the different people that we've involved into. Like, the longer you're friends with somebody, you see the different stages of who they are, and then I think that's what makes it stronger. Yes. I think that's what builds more love, and that's when you know that it's a lasting thing. Yes. Then, because last night I went to a party last night. And my friend was there that I known since I was like in middle school. And then we got close when I was like 18, 19 years old. And so last night I just had a moment where I'm talking to this person that has known me my whole life. And that can look back over their life and know who I was then, like know me. And so that just it was a real moment for me. And I can't say that I reach out to him as much as I should for us to be as close as we are, and you don't always have to reach out you don't have to talk to people every day just because you're close. Exactly. But definitely I have not been doing my just due with him, because he always reaches out to me, send me invites to come to places. He's an MC, a DJ, he hosts parties or whatever. And I just really decided last night to be a better friend in general and be a better friend to him. And then my brother also was there. He came in town for the party, and I was like, I really need to make sure we grew up in the same house.
And don't talk like that.
Don't talk like that. That should be somebody I talk to at least once a week, if not several times a week. So I made a commitment to do better with that as well. Yeah. And I know that people are like, well, it's a two-way street or whatever, but sometimes you need to be the one to build it. Yes. You need to build that bridge.
That's the humility. That's the humbleness, because it doesn't always have to be. It's only detrimental if it's taken away from you.
Yeah, or if it's a toxic thing, or if you keep reaching out, you seem like you building this bridge and they ain't building their part of the bridge. Yeah, exactly. That's different. It's different. But you can't always wait and be like, oh, well, it's two sides, be the one waiting. Exactly. Everybody's gonna be
so
waiting.
Much is going on that you just have to give people extra grace, because this is just weird how everybody is going through something. Something transformative to
me. So just because it's something doesn't mean that it's a negative something.
Nope.
Because I definitely am going through something, but my something is very positive, and I'm very excited about what's going on with me. Exactly. And it's so refreshing. I definitely am glad to be going through what this is. And I've talked to, you're right, everybody's going through something. Everybody is going through something. And so that something is, today the word in church was, because right now the series is Faith Under Fire. And today it was the final exam. He was saying how a lot of us are in that final exam. Yes. And he said, just because you ain't prepared for the test don't mean that you're not going to have to take this test. And I think what I got from it was the preparing that we needed was just being in faith. Yes. Regardless of what it looks like. And even if it's a good upswing, just staying in faith and knowing that what it looks like, and knowing where that source comes from. That is not you per se that's doing it. That your help and everything that we have comes from God. And there was a time I didn't know that. I mean, there was a time, of course, I believed in God. But I think now more than ever, I realize that where my help comes from.
Yes.
That everything that I have to pay. Everything is for us to honor God.
Everything. Yeah. That's exactly.
One thing I learned lately is that whenever I just flow, just let it flow. Don't fight against it.
You make it worse. So during this journey, I've been led to write some sermons. You know, stuff that happened to me is like, oh my God, this week is gonna write it. So I've been just on trusting. I've just been on when God trusts you with trouble. That's the ultimate trust that he can give to his children, when he trusts you with trouble. So I feel very honored that God is trusting me with this trouble. And when I say trouble, I'm using air quotes because is it trouble?
Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just not what you want.
Right.
But is it trouble? So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yes.
I think you handle everything like a G, girl. Seriously, you were like, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm very grateful every day.
Yes. 3 words I'm going to give you.
Okay.
You're going to pick one and you're going to expound on it.
Okay.
Identity, legacy, or purpose?
Purpose.
Okay. Why?
Because I feel like purpose is the foundation of the other 2 words that you said. And I feel like purpose can open up doors faster and quicker than any other thing. If you're following your purpose. And purpose will lead to a legacy and your identity. But first you have to know your purpose and live in your purpose and work through your purpose. And it's just the most important thing to me. Plus, that's what we were made for. We were made for a purpose, but we also were made for purpose.
Right. For a purpose, yeah. So do you think that we have one purpose, or you think we have many?
No, I think over a lifetime you can have multiple purposes. Because we're multiple people. We're multiple people through our lifetime.
Absolutely.
Things form us, good and bad, shape us, change us, give us a new mindset and everything. So I feel like you have multiple purposes. But when I say multiple purposes, I feel like they might come across as different. They might come across in different ways. Right. But at the core of it, it's the same type of purpose. But it may be looking like a different thing. Like you're teaching, whether it's children or adults.
Right. It was
serving, because service is teaching. Yeah. Teaching is service. So service, whether it's you're serving clients who don't have time to do it themselves, or you're serving these children, our future.
Yeah. Choosing identity.
Okay.
Because I feel like though our identity, so though we change throughout the years, like the core of us remains the same.
Yes.
And to know who we are. And what our identity is, and the things that we enjoy, the things that make us us, right?
And not let the world change.
Yes, and whether it be, characteristic traits that might not be the best, to know and identify with that, to change that, or turn it into something that is positive.
Yes. And
know the strength, the parts of you that are strong, whether it's a healer or a teacher or somebody that listens or guides or whatever it is, to be able to strengthen that and use that.
Yes.
For purpose, right? Yes. So for me, while I agree that when you can't use purpose to get to know your identity, for me it's to know who you are, to even know what you like to do, to even know what that purpose is. But so most times we might know it, sit on it, and do it in different ways, but it's not until I think that you just allow yourself just to flow with life versus trying to create your own path, just kind of flow in the path that has been set for you. And I think that's when we definitely reap the benefits of life and joy, and be able to have gratitude and to live in that.
I like that.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that.
Anyway, this has been good.
Yes. I enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you so much. 1188 enjoyed you
yes,
too. Just the outbound. So did you feel like you were in a safe space?
Yes.
To think freely?
Yes.
No judgment?
No judgment.
Yeah, because I love a different perspective. Because either I'm agree with it or I'm not.
Yeah.
But I can definitely respect people's mind.
Yes.
Definitely.
Especially somebody who done been through some stuff.
Yeah. Come on.
That done lived some life and experienced some things and saw some things. And that's why everything is you may not know it at the moment, but then when you look back, you realize like, oh yeah,
how beautiful it was.
Yes, our purpose for each other's lives is still being revealed. This many years later,
everyone is a golden link.
Yes.
To get you to who and where you're supposed to be
exactly
in life, whether it be in any aspect of your life. Everybody is a golden link.
So I love like angel numbers and stuff. So what was 1188?
No, 1188 is my mama's the house I grew up in.
Oh, okay. But I see numbers like this, like either it's a double number, is a number twice, or
triple again.
Triple in another number. Triple in another number. So let me see.
But yeah, because
you are starting a new phase in your life, or it could mean that your prayers are being answered. It's a new phase for you.
It definitely is.
It can also be a sign to keep working hard and that you will reap the rewards of your efforts.
Yes, I received that.
Overflow. It's gonna be an overflow. I know it. I know it.
Your faith has been under fire.
Listen.
And you are going to reap the benefits of just knowing and trusting and not budging from the promises
of God
and the word of God.
Yes. Yes,
my
Lord.
God.
Yes, Lord. I received that. Thank you, friend. Thank you, because it has been in 30-year-old Whitney wouldn't be able to do that.
Over here, child. See, it says, I cast all my burdens upon the Christ within me. I go free. God is my supply.
Yes, He is.
Yes,
He is. And when you know that you know that you know,
there's no shaking that.
There's no shaking
That's that joy that they speak of.
Yes,
right?
It is.
That you can't even understand.
You don't even understand where it's come from.
I said freedom of time is pricey, but baby, peace.
Peace.
In the midst of some of the bullshit.
The peace that you don't even know where it came from, because your instinct is telling you to panic and your instinct is telling you to figure it out. That's, getting over all those emotions, like, what people think, because even though I really don't care, it still crosses your mind.
Of course it does. We're human.
It does. And so
it might come in and go run through my mind, but it still comes in there.
Exactly.
Especially when, for people like myself who held on to that for so long, wondering what somebody's going to think. Because we can say, I used to say I ain't care, but I cared.
I used to care about my body, like everything. Everything, how I look, how I talked, how everything. And for a long time, I suppressed myself. And it went on like that for a long time.
Right.
Until it got to a point where I said, that's not benefiting me.
And not at all. It's not benefiting anyone.
Nobody.
By you doing that.
Because when the real Whitney comes out, then you say, I changed. It's like, no, I haven't changed. It was always there.
And then the people who were supposed to experience just who you are don't get that full experience. Because who for you is for you, who is not. It's
exactly.
Just not. I mean, that's just it. That's just like anything that's for you, nobody can take it away. So, I mean, I had to learn to just be me.
Yes.
Sometimes I am an extrovert. Sometimes I'm an introvert. Sometimes I go out with folks and I'll be in the midst of where they are, and then they can't find me. When I disappear, it's where I have to go decompress all these people, all this, like I'm an empath.
Yes.
So I soak in all
everything.
This energy around, and then I'll be having to go decompress and just be by myself and let it go. Do whatever that is that I be doing when I come back and I feel better.
But it's doing what you want to do.
Yeah, recharged. Yeah. And so, but some people don't like that. And so I had to get over people. I just got over people. Listen, it's either you gonna love me or you not. Bottom line. And I don't mind going anywhere by myself. I can go anywhere in this world by myself. I don't care if it's across the world.
We got that alike too. Exactly. We get on that plane in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.
You ain't got to worry about what nobody want to put on.
Listen,
what they want to do
tell
next.
the people that traveling by yourself is the best thing in the world.
If I want to lay in this bed all day and not take advantage of this new country,
and if I want to make friends with them over that family over there, that's what I do. I can.
Yeah, do whatever I want.
My solo trips were the best trips ever.
For years, I went on my birthday trips by myself. But now my desire is to take my birthday trips with Noble.
Yeah.
And to take his with him right now too.
Yeah.
Because just to create those memories, and if I'm gonna go somewhere and explore the world somewhere, I want him to see it.
Exactly.
So it is not by myself, but it's still with like.
Yes.
Still,
my best trips are by myself or with my mom.
I'm still making
and everybody look at me crazy like, you gonna travel with your mama? Oh, it's the best thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yes, my solo trips were the best.
Oh God.
My 2023 one.
Yeah.
I said, if my vacations ain't this, don't take me. I want to go. If it ain't this, girl, I felt so fancy and so free. And
right. You can do whatever the hell you want. That's how it be.
Exactly.
You make friends. People. I don't know. It's just that people are are drawn to you.
I met so many interesting people on that trip. That vacation I went to Puerto Vallarta. I met so many interesting people and just experiences, and it was just like everybody was just like, "Oh my God, you're here by yourself," because most people want to travel by themselves.
Yeah, most people want to. They're just afraid.
They just afraid to.
Ain't nowhere in this world I won't go by myself.
Listen, I'm not about to wait on nobody.
I'm going.
My first solo trip was Cabo, and I was a little nervous at the airport. But then that went away once I got there.
Yeah, because when I went to Cabo, Tulum. When I went to Tulum, I rented a car in Tulum and drove to Cancun. So when I told people I did that, it was like, "You were driving in Mexico?" Yes, bitch. I was driving in Mexico. It's just a drive. It ain't like they gonna be like, "Oh, she's a foreigner. Let's get her."
We don't look easy. We not looking like dingback Betty. Like they not gonna try us.
Most people in this world ain't trying to hurt you anyway.
Yeah.
Nine out of 10.
You're
right. 9 out of 10 people want the best for you.
Yes.
So
are they not even thinking about you? Like you said earlier,
they even think about
they're not even thinking about you.
So
you can't go through this. You can't go like with all these plane crashers. They just scared to fly. Well, I'm not.
No.
Get me on the plane right now. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But get me on the plane now, please, Jesus. Because I was just getting into traveling. Like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
And, I had to stop for a minute. But I'm ready.
Yeah. Anyway, it was great having you. This was
Thank
such
you
a
so
good
much.
talk.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much for having me.
Every time we do it, it's like 6-7 episodes.
That's the good thing about letting things flow.
About letting things flow. That's exactly what 1188 is doing.
Yes.
Just letting it flow. Let the conversation flow. No topic, no real topic. It's just realness.
Yep.
Authenticity. And just space of freedom to just be. Just think and say whatever it is that you want. So that is the environment that I have created.
Yes, and you've done a great job.
Thank you. Well,
I enjoyed this. I really did.
Thank me too. This was wonderful.
I love talking.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you again.
It was an honor.
Yes.
That you took the time.
Likewise. Thank you.
To come and grace 1188 Outside the Box with your presence and your story and just all that you are.
Thank you, Tashira.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you for listening to 1188 Outside the Box. I am your host, T. Liz. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And until next time, let's live, talk, and walk outside the box.